All right, you can go ahead and record, Beth.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
We're going to ask that you put your mics on mute. Otherwise, we might get a lot of feedback. I am Dr. Jennifer Kelsall, the superintendent, and I'm excited to be able to welcome you to our first virtual welcome to our class of 2025. Seems a little strange to be saying 2025. I say it every year. It just makes me feel old or older as we move through this. We will have several of our staff here to present to you, to give you a little bit of insight on our academics, our athletics, and our activities, so that our incoming freshmen have a better sense of what we have to offer and what it means to be a rebel. So I'm going to pass this over to our phenomenal new principal, Gina Castellano. Although she is a new principal, she is not new to the district. This is her 15th year here. So it's all yours, Ms. Castellano.
Thank you so much. So welcome, everyone. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us tonight. We are going to give you a lot of information, and one of the things that we are really great about is full transparency. So starting tonight and moving through the rest of the spring and the summer and into fall, you will be hearing from us quite a bit about what's going on at Ridgewood High School, upcoming events, initiatives. So welcome and thank you again for attending tonight. If any of your friends cannot join us tonight, we are recording this session. It will be posted on our website so that you can revisit it or review it, or someone who is absent tonight can also get this information. Again, I am Gina Castellano. I'm the principal here at Ridgewood High School. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of things for freshman year, I'd like for you to meet our team. Dr. Kelsall, you already met. My name is Gina. This is my 15th year here. I began my career at Ridgewood High School as a school counselor. Throughout my 15 years, I've been the division head of student services, dean of students, school counselor, assistant principal, and now finally the principal. We do have Tom Perillo. I'm not sure if Tom is joining us. So Tom Perillo is our assistant superintendent. He also takes care of all the budget and the money stuff. So if you have any questions about fees, he's the person that you would contact. I'm going to turn it over to Eric Lasky, our assistant principal, and go down the line.
Eric Lasky, assistant principal, and before that I was division head of STEM and then a math teacher. I have coached basketball, baseball, and high school golf in the past.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Hawk, and I'm the Dean of Students at Ridgewood. This is my second year as a Rebel. In an earlier life, I was a kindergarten through 8th grade PE teacher. I've coached high school wrestling and soccer, and I've been an elementary school assistant principal, and then also an associate dean of students at another local high school.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rob St. John. I'm the athletic director. This is my 23rd year here at Ridgewood. I'm a lifelong Rebel. I taught history for 13 years. I was the head boys and the head girls soccer coach as well, and did some work with student council back in 2002, class of 2002 advisor.
Moving on to our building leadership and our student support team, we have Dr. Mike Mairano.
Sorry, I was on mute. Hi, I'm Mike Mairano. I've been here for 7 years. Before that, I was a teacher for 2 years in special education. And before that, I spent 10 years at the University of Illinois working on some degrees, and then also was a professor at the UIC in Chicago.
Hi, everyone. My name is Beth Hansis. I am the division head of physical education, world language, band, and art. I believe I'm here 5 or 6 years. I can't actually remember how many years I've been here. So, but it's been a awesome journey, and I'm just happy to be a part of the team at the Ridgewood High School.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pam Mundy. I began at Ridgewood High School, I think 19 years ago as an English teacher. And for the past 5 or 6 years, I've been the humanities division head in charge of English and social studies. Welcome, everyone.
Hi, I'm Lisa Bellata. I am head of curriculum and instruction. I've been in the district since 2002, starting as a special education teacher.
Hi, I'm Katie Davis. I'm the Division Head of Student Services and Career Pathways. It's my first year in this position, but prior to that, I was a special ed teacher at Ridgewood.
Hi, everyone. Kevin Counselor. I'm the head of the instructional technology here at Ridgewood, where we support the students and the teachers' implementation and use of technology. This is my 10th year at the district, and before this role, I was also a special ed teacher.
Hi guys, I'm Justina Kapulska. I'm the freshman social worker. This is my 5th year at Ridgewood High School, 6th with my internship.
Hey everyone, my name is Megan Cantos. I'm the activities coordinator, so I'm in charge of all activities. And I'm also a social studies teacher, and I've been at Ridgewood for 20 years.
So that is our team. Wonderful, wonderful people. We are here to help you and your students. So feel free to email any one of us at any time, and we will always get back to you. We're going to start our presentation with a short video.
So List A has memorizing content, following instructions, replicating low-level procedures, and choosing from A, B, C, or D. List B is communication, creative problem-solving, collaboration, and critical analysis.
I definitely use B more.
List B automatically, because these are the things that I learned outside of school.
Oh, definitely List B, yeah. I use List B a lot more because, like in engineering, your job is to solve problems, not to like choose from a list.
Creative problem solving, it was the first thing that I saw here, and that's why I picked the List B.
List A. A.
Definitely List A.
List A is like how we would learn in high school, and List B is how we would learn in the real world.
And List A sounds like you're taking the SATs or something in a blue book, and it sounds awful, and I'm getting anxiety just looking at it.
Definitely List B.
They need to be able to have a conversation with an employer. They need to be able to talk to somebody and say, this is what I can do for you. This is how I can help you. This is how I can be an asset to your company.
We need people to understand our business, to help us identify solutions that we can use in our company.
I hire a lot of our caseworkers. I look for people who are proactive. You have to have a go-getter and strong attitude. And honestly, a lot of people who excel in my field are people who do not have degrees.
We need to be prepared for life, and that's a totally different system that we have been exposed to.
List B, communication, creative problem solving, collaboration, critical analysis. This is what we are all about at Ridgewood High School. We believe in preparing our students to be successful outside the walls of Ridgewood, to demonstrate learning in multiple settings in multiple ways, and to really become productive and capable members of our society and our community. And we serve the whole student through our learning model. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Lasky, our assistant principal, to discuss our learning model a little bit more.
Our learning model consists of 3 components. We do have the learning, we have innovation, and we have the life and career. And we feel like those combined is what is going to lead to student success. When you look at the deconstructed model, what are the components of that? Currently, we have in these 3 categories, we have professional for life and career, and then you'll see with our innovation skills, we want our students to have project quality, presentation, research, and collaborative discussions. Those are the things that we know our students need to be successful in the workforce after they finally finish their education, whether education be going to a 4-year university, going right into work, or even going into post or graduate school. And then when we look at our learning, we want to focus more on what are the skills we want our students to have. Instead of saying we got reading and then we got math and we got English and we got science, we're looking at what are the skills within those classes we want every student to have. And we really focus on, all right, we want all our students to be able to read, and they need to read at a quality that they can be successful. Writing, really important. Problem solving, financial literacy. globally informed citizens, the design process, and then finally we have our wellness. And we feel like those are the things that we can get our students to have all of those components as they leave Ridgewood, they're going to be successful in both college and careers.
So the freshman experience is the foundational year. So I'm going to go through what classes will be taken by your son or daughter. So for the English course, they'll have an English class, they'll have English 1 honors, or pure English. Then we have our math. So we have integrated math, honors integrated math 2, and then peers math. Then one semester will include introduction to computer programming, and then the second semester they will have world cultures, which is a social studies course. Then the next course would be health, paired up with PE the following semester. Then we have project lead the way, and then they have a choice of an elective. So they have the option of a language. We have Spanish and Italian. They can take band, or we have strategic study skills. Throughout their freshman year also, we have different supports available to them, including advisory, study hall, or an intervention period if they need more assistance.
So we're not going to start off by giving them those skills that we read to you in the beginning, but we have to start with foundations. So with our freshman students, we have very specific goals. Number one, we meet our learners where they are, and we provide individualized instruction. We use our advisory model to build strong, lasting relationships so that our students always have a person in the building, their go-to, that they can discuss any problems that they have, concerns, celebrations, or even what they want to do after high school. Number three, our goal, even in freshman year, is to start focusing on those real-world skills. We also make sure to provide timely interventions to assure their growth. We do that through our intervention period, through our MTSS team, and we also do that by providing those interventions right in every regular classroom. The next thing that we do is that we begin to develop a post-secondary plan. We do that through a career exploration project. So our students, as early as freshman year, are already looking at, here I am, where do I want to go? And finally, we provide transparency. We provide transparency with our communication to our parents. We provide transparency between teachers, and most of all, we provide transparency to your student so that they always know where they are and where they need to go.
Unmute, sorry. So placement for freshman classes. How do we determine how your student is placed in these courses? We use a variety of factors. We use MAP scores from their 8th grade elementary schools. We use family input, 8th grade teacher recommendations, and of course, previous academic performance. We will be using all of this information to assemble your student schedule. Our partner districts are sending us their recommendations at the end of January. Once we get the recommendations, we will communicate that out to families so that you can see if there's any discrepancies. If you believe regular is not where your student belongs, I would like to put them in honors. Katie Davis, our DH of Student Services, is the one to contact, but we will communicate with you. Here's the recs coming from our partner district so that you can adjust accordingly.
So after you've been placed in your classes, we're going to start talking to you now in the next couple slides about the college and career readiness standards. These indicators were given to us by the federal government, and this is what we follow to help your child on the proper pathway. The first set of college and career readiness indicators are the ones that tell us how do we know that your child is college ready or college bound. To do that, their reach is to have a GPA of a 2.8 to a 4.0, to maintain 95% attendance in high school and junior and senior year. And then it could be either ones or another. So first, they could have a college and career pathway endorsement under the Post-Secondary and Workforce Readiness Act, or they must maintain all of the following indicators to be considered college ready by the state and the federal government. So the first is one academic indicator in each of the English, language arts, and math during their junior and senior year, or an Algebra 2 class at any time with a C or better. They would identify a career area of interest by the end of their sophomore year, and they would have 3 career-ready indicators during junior or senior year. So they would either have the endorsement, or they would have to fulfill these 3 criteria below. But to be considered college ready, that GPA is 2.8 to 4.0 with a 95% attendance rate. Now, the next step would be career ready indicators. For these students, they might not be necessarily college bound. They would have a 90% attendance rate. They would have 25 hours of community service by the end of their senior year. They would receive some workplace learning experience through internships. They would receive industry credentials, such as our manufacturing pathway. And they would have a dual credit career pathway courses, which we'll talk to you about in a couple of slides. They would also be part of 2 or more organized co-curricular activities, which will also be discussed this evening.
So the Distinguished Scholar pathway is one that would indicate that your student is not only ready for college, but is going to be very successful. So these are the requirements for that pathway, and that is the GPA of 3.75 or higher, an ACT composite score of 30, or an SAT composite score of at least 1400, at least 1 academic indicator in each English and math during junior, senior year, or Algebra 2 in any time. And what that means is having a 3, 4, or 5 in an AP class or an AP test, or an A, B, or a C in one of those AP classes. They would also want to have 3 career indicators during the junior and senior year, which would include, of course, the community service, 2 or more co-curricular activities, or consecutive summer employment, and then 95% attendance junior and senior year.
All right.
In order to see the programs of study, we have this all on our website. So if you go to d234.org, you'll click on Student Life and then Student Services, and the course guide is available there, and you can see the description along with this information inside of there as well.
All right, the hidden gem of Ridgewood, and this is something that's really big that Ridgewood has that not a lot of other schools have, and that is our dual credit courses offered at Ridgewood. If you look on the right side here of this, you can see all the different dual credit classes we offer. And even freshman year, all of our students get 3 dual credit classes: Intro to Computer Programming, which is 3 credit hours; Project Lead the Way, which is actually 4 credit hours first semester, 3 credit hours second semester, and then PE is also dual credit. We have students that actually finish all their college math requirement and their reading and writing college requirements before they leave Ridgewood High School. So as long as, it's important to know that, so you can look and see what dual credit classes students can take while they're at Ridgewood, and really they can easily knock out 1 year of college if they take the correct classes that we offer.
So parents, we haven't forgotten about you, and we wanted to make sure that you knew of all the resources that are available to you. We do have the PAC, which is the Principal Advisory Council. It is a way for you as a parent to get involved in the educational collaboration and bring more input to the table. It is run by Gina Castellano, our principal. And so it's just one more way for you to get involved in your students' education and bring input into what you feel is important for your student as well. We do have Parent University as well. We started the year out where we were actually running them live and recording them, and now we just do them on demand. And so these are available actually to you right now if you wanted to go on our website. Same thing that Katie talked about, d234.org. You go under community, and then there's a link for Parent University, and it's pretty easy to find, and there's all the videos that we've had this entire year. If you're interested, all of them are roughly anywhere from 7 to 20 minutes, depending on the topic that we have, but all helpful for you to understand the life of a Ridgewood student and how to help navigate certain apps and courses and just adolescence in general with your child as they move through their high school career. And then we do have the special education Facebook page. Dr. Mike, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Actually, we're going to revamp it for next year. Initially, it was designed as a parent forum. So parents of children with special needs can talk to each other and support each other, ask for advice, because there are certain things that we find out from parents during meetings and conversations that we are not able to share with other parents, but the parents can talk to each other. It has been marginally successful, but we are going to redesign it to have it be more informative than it was originally designed to. So probably within the next month or two, it will have a lot more information on it for you.
Hi, my name is Lori Fries, and I'm the Secretary in Student Services. The way you would enroll your student into Ridgewood is to complete the new student online enrollment. If you need instructions, you can email me at that email address that's showing. It's lfries@ridgenet.org. I'll be glad to send them out again to you. They're relatively simple. It's 6 steps. The one thing is step 5 is calls for requested documents. The only document we're asking for is the birth certificate. But if you are unable to upload it, just mark that step complete. And once all 6 steps are complete, you can submit the application to us and I will process it. If there's something missing, I will email you back and let you know what information I'm going to need from you at that time. And again, if you have any questions about the new student online enrollment, just email me and I'll be glad to get back to you as soon as I can.
So one of my roles as Dean of Students is acting as the district residency officer. So Lori and I, she just explained, we work very closely with each other during the summer. So after online enrollment is completed, all student, freshmen through seniors residency is verified annually. We contract through a third-party vendor. So we take the information that you provide via online enrollment. We use that third-party vendor to verify that information. We may ask for additional information to verify your address, which could include a proof of mortgage or lease, recent bills, proof of insurance, state ID or driver's license, and that's a short version. There are other options. We may also ask you to complete an enrollment application or complete a letter of residence from landlord in lieu of a lease, or a living with a district resident form. And Lori and I won't keep you guessing. Depending on the situation, we'll walk you through that process and let you know what you need to complete in that situation. After reviewing those materials, we may request to conduct a residency check. So again, these are all steps that may be taken. It's not guaranteed. It's just dependent on the process and what the results are. But again, feel free to contact myself or Lori, me specifically, if you have any questions regarding residency.
So building on what Ms. Bellata and Ms. Mundy talked about earlier, they referenced college and career readiness. And as they went through and talked about was that part of that is participating in 2 or more co-curricular activities. And at Ridgewood, we have over 30 activities that we offer, clubs and activities, and 17 athletic programs. We put together a short video, and then Ms. Cantos and I were going to go through all of the activities and athletic programs we offer.
Actually, can we first go through them and then we'll show the video second, if that's okay, Rob?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the next slide. Yep.
All right, see if I can get to it. Sorry. Just because, yeah, and if you can get just go in there and do the request real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so activities director back. We have so many clubs that we offer at our school, and it's for so many different interests. Our idea is getting our students involved after school, coming into Ridgewood when it's safe, when everything goes back to normal. And we have so many great advisors, and they are teachers and their staff at our school who obviously love working with our students. I am the student council advisor. So I have a co-advisor, and we do homecoming, and just, putting a little plug out there. So if your students out there or parents, and you want your students to get involved, that college and career readiness, there's so many opportunities based on your interests, right? Like, are you into chess club? Do you like poetry? Are you into science and engineering? We have our pep club, who is the group who you'll see if you've been to any Ridgewood game. This is the group. They're wearing the green and white and cheering on our players. So there's so many opportunities to be involved at our school, and it's great, and the students love it. And to me, it really enriches their high school experience, and also allows them to make friends a lot faster, and to have another adult in the building that they can trust, that they can go to. I know personally, I've been very close with my student council students, and I think they love the experience as much as I do. And here's
definitely something that Megan and I are. Oh, there's a video. Good. Let's go. So clearly this year's is not typical for athletics given the pandemic, but in a normal year, we would have 3 seasons, a fall, winter, and spring season of sports. Again, 17 athletic programs that we offer. On the right-hand side there in white, they're listed alphabetically. You can go to our website certainly and take a look. All of the teams are listed, and the head coaches are on there with contact information and all the season start dates as well. The school has an incredible amount of school pride and school spirit, and we're real proud of all of our athletes and members of our clubs and activities. Definitely get involved. So yesterday, as a matter of fact, I met with our Ridgewood High School Parents Club, and they are an organization of about 12 parents, parents of current students and past students that are deeply engaged and have a real strong commitment to Ridgewood High School and the Norwich and Howard Heights area. What they do is really selfless. They spend countless hours working at our athletic events, activity events. They promote all of our kids and our students in terms of athletic scholarships. They offer every year at the end of the school year, they give away over $3,000 in scholarships to seniors for their college education. They are always looking for new members, most certainly. They have a Facebook page. If you go onto Facebook and just look up Ridgewood High School Parents Club, you'll find it. They definitely want to meet you. They would love for you to get involved and support the community, support the school family that we have, and be part of the Ridgewood High School Parents Club. They do offer Ridgewood Rebel gear, which I don't know if that link's going to work, but all of that's on their Facebook page as well, where they sell a lot of Rebel gear for you also, as well as your sons and daughters to wear to school. So get involved with the Ridgewood High School Parents Club, no doubt.
And we're going to put in the chat that link. So if anybody wants to have access to it and look at the Rebel gear, they can go on that link and order.
Perfect. So now we're going to open this up for questions. Any questions that you had? I know there was a question in the chat about dual credit. And in case you missed the question, it was, does the dual credit only apply to Triton College? Or can students take these credits to the college of their choice? And the answer is, when they take a class at Ridgewood High School and it counts as dual credit, they will have a Triton transcript that when they apply to colleges, they will submit to the college of their choice, whether it be University of Chicago, Loyola, DePaul, and they actually already have college credit. So it does transfer anywhere. And we're also expanding our relationships with other schools. We have a relationship already with Northeastern Illinois University. So our students do earn credit through Northeastern, and we are looking to expand into Loyola and others. So
yes, I was going to say, like our math dual credits, there's a certain code that they have. It's IAI, and that means there's an interstate agreement. So we try to offer as many of those dual credit courses where they will be accepted at any university in the state of Illinois. So that's one of the, once again, a myth. Like, I'm not going to Triton, I don't want to take dual credit. No, these credits will transfer to all the universities in Illinois.
And again, your students don't have to go anywhere. These are in-house Ridgewood High School, taught by Ridgewood teachers, and they get college credit for them. They do have the opportunity junior and senior year to take off-campus classes at Triton if they want to, but the ones that we're talking about freshman year, they're just in-house. So questions, please put them in the chat, shout them out. Dr. Mike, would you like to answer what are peers courses mentioned in the start of the slideshow?
Sure. So our courses at Ridgewood are divided into primarily 3 levels, but there are some classes that have more. So a peers level is the level where it is small group instruction. Usually it is between, I would say, 6 to 10 or 12 students. It is taught by a special education teacher. Usually there's 1 or 2 paraprofessionals also assisting the teacher in the room. It is the same curriculum as a co-taught class or a regular class. However, it does move a little bit slower. So the pacing is a little bit slower. There tends to be a little bit deeper dive into fundamentals of, say, for example, if it's an English course, you will spend a little bit more time on learning comprehension skills, on basic writing skills. And it really is a way to solidify some of those primary skills that you will need as you go on to your sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Thanks, Dr. Mike. Next question, what is the process of helping students with ESL needs, and how many hours per week can we receive in additional language classes? I'm going to turn that over to Pam and Lisa.
So one of the ways that our EL students receive assistance is through our ASL teacher, who will be co-teaching in certain classes to provide support for the students who have not passed out of the EL program with the access test. Another opportunity that they have is to take the resource class, which is a place where they again receive help from our EL teacher and will receive some more one-on-one help with the classes that they may be struggling in. The teacher will help to scaffold some of the vocabulary and provide some of the assistance on skills that they need to develop in order to be more confident with their English language usage. Lisa, do you want to chime in?
In addition, we will also enroll our students with ESL needs into an intervention period for extra help with their courses. And we also try to provide as many co-taught content courses as needed, so they have extra support right in the classroom.
Thank you, guys. How soon should we register our 8th grader for freshman entrance? Lori?
Online registration is open now. You can do it as soon as tonight, tomorrow, whenever. The sooner the better. We want to get all the kids in and registered and get their classes assigned to them. So
because a student schedule will not be released until registration has been completed. So the sooner the better. I'm trying to keep up here.
Oh, the next question is, what are the requirements for students to take dual credit courses? And are any freshmen qualified, or do they need to be in AP classes? Great question, Eric.
Yeah, no, there are a couple courses students need to qualify for, and that would be like the math and then the English courses. The rest of them, all the students need to do is they fill out a Triton application, which they do their freshman year. And after that,
Actually, I'm just gonna, we linked it to the enrollment now for student registration. So when you enroll your student, you're gonna be asked to fill out this 1-page Triton application. And sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. That's new for this year.
yes, and once the students do that, now they're set. We submit, when they enroll in classes that are dual credit, we submit that roster to Triton and they don't have to do anything. They just have to pass the class with a C or higher and they get the dual credit.
And freshman students, there are no requirements. As long as you enroll your student and you register your student, you fill out the Triton application along with our enrollment application, they get the credit with a C or higher in the class.
The next question is, child is coming from a private Catholic school. How would we get the teacher recommendations and or MAP scores?
You can ask your private school what test they use. Sometimes they don't use the MAP test, but if you're transferring in from a private school, Lori will reach out to that school and ask for any test scores so that we can place them accordingly. And then of course, we'll touch base with you with your recommendations, and we oftentimes touch base with the teachers over there to ask for their recs.
And if that doesn't work, we can always give them some baseline assessments ourselves if we feel like they're not properly placed. The list of school fees are extensive. Are they all mandated? With most having a Y for waived, will students be provided the exact fees?
there's a basic registration fee and technology fee. Those are two definite fees. Some of the other fees freshmen would pay for, like gym uniform, locks, and then some classes may have extra fees like woodworking because they use certain materials. There may be a fee for that. So I say the average fee for freshmen is probably around $450 or so. That's the guess, because I don't know if fees will be increased this year. But technology is for the use of the iPad, and registration is general fees.
Online registration is streamlined if you already have a student at Ridgewood, correct?
Yes, if they have a current student, they can log in right to their Skyward account. On the top of the left-hand side, it says new student. They would just click on there and it'll automatically populate some of the information. But they would need to put the new students like name, their birthday, and all that basic information in step one. But a lot of the other information will populate.
And then the last question I see is, should a parent register even if they are undecided if the student would attend Ridgewood High School in the fall?
I would say they should go ahead and register them with us. We can have their schedule ready if they do decide to come. It's better to do it earlier and then maybe decide not to attend Ridgewood than to wait to the last minute and take your chances on what classes would be available for them.
And Ms. Bosley, if we did not answer all your questions, if you're still undecided, please feel free to email any one of us and we will be happy to have a more in-depth conversation with you about what you're looking for. The last question, another one came up. Is there school bus services? The answer would be no. We are a walking school district.
I had a question sent my way regarding technology. So every student at Ridgewood High School is given an iPad for use in their classes. There's a variety of apps and services that are provided along with the iPad, as well as additional technologies throughout the building. So that sort of covers why it all falls under the technology fee umbrella. Additionally, there'll be more information coming out late spring, early summer regarding distribution, and they'll be handed out during mid to late summer, early fall, right before school starts. We try to have multiple days, early afternoon into the evening, to accommodate parents who are working at a variety of times, so that a parent can be present when we hand the iPad out.
The next question is a great one. Does Triton charge regular tuition for their classes when a student is taking dual courses? Eric?
When they take the courses at Ridgewood, they do not charge us anything.
They are free. They are free. You're getting free college.
Yeah.
And that truly was the last question.
Free is lovely.
We'll give the appropriate wait time to see if there's any more. You don't have to put it in the chat. You can just ask. Unmute yourself and ask away.
Well, people are thinking, I just want to add to that this is such an amazing opportunity, the dual credit, that your child can end up graduating from high school with a lot of college credits that can then be transferred, and you can save thousands of dollars this way on tuition costs. Really, really great opportunity.
Quick question. Will this only transfer to Triton College, or will it transfer to any other university?
Some classes would only, there's very few that would only transfer to Triton. The majority of the classes will transfer to any university in the state. So.
Good to see you live, Rocky. Good to see you live and in person.
Hi, Rocky.
Hi, how are you? Thank you everyone for this. It's awesome. And I was going to say that since it transfers anywhere, that's amazing.
So there is a question that someone just finished the enrollment today, but did not see the Triton form. Lori, can you clarify between enrollment and registration for our families?
A question came up. What determines the classes a student takes their freshman year? It was those 4 parts, Gina. If you can review the 4 parts again. What determines the classes a student takes their freshman year?
MAP scores, family input, teacher recommendations, and then previous performance in their elementary school.
Does Ridgewood use the same grading scale as Giles, focusing more on skill sets rather than A, B, C, D?
That's a Lisa Bellata question.
The answer would be yes. We focus on skill sets. We call them competencies, and each competency has skills. We transfer their skill grade into a letter grade, and that letter grade really is for transparency, since it's what parents are used to, and it's also what colleges are used to. So we do convert the grades from the skills to letter grades. We will teach you more on Freshman Family Night. We will teach you about those conversions.
We go back.
What would happen if a student would like to attend a college in another country?
Well, those are always, I mean, if we're talking about for dual credit, those are always unknown. You know, we don't know, all the colleges are different, especially different countries are different. So we would not know whether the dual credits would transfer or not. I do know that there are some classes that if you take, even if you don't get that transfer, if you go to another country, you're at least going to have the skills that will help you, but we don't know. If we can go back now, Lori, you had an answer, I think, right?
Yeah, Lori, sorry about that. The difference between enrollment and registration.
Enrollment is a one-time thing where you're enrolling your student into Ridgewood High School. Then again, in like the spring, like May or June, we'll ask you to review the information. This is called online registration. This is where you'll review the information that we have in Skyward, make sure there's been no changes. The emergency contacts are the same, phone numbers haven't changed, you haven't moved to another address. And then at that time, the fees would also be available for payment after July 1st.
And that is where the Triton application is, in registration. So enroll first. We know your student is coming. It's a one-time deal. We're going to follow up with you to log on and make sure it's correct. And when you register in the spring, that's when you'll see the Triton application.
The next question is, do you offer driver's ed?
Beth Hansis.
We do offer driver's ed, but not during the school year. So typically driver's ed, when your child is 15, they can register to do it in the summer. My driver's ed teacher will send out a message to all the parents via Skyward saying that driver's ed enrollment is ready, and it's April. Usually April and May is when the enrollment is, and then they do a permit test right before the end of the school year, and then they will have their permits for them the first day of summer school. So that we do a 6-week summer school course here at the school, and then they also do behind the wheel during that time as well, where they need to get 6 hours of behind the wheel. So that is offered. It's just not offered during the school year anymore.
The next question was in regards to driver's ed. Beth, is that an additional cost?
Yes, it's about, I believe it's $350 for driver's ed. So the classroom portion is a little bit, well, I think $50, and then the behind the wheel is about $300, but that's with the instructor where your child drives for an hour, 6 different times. So that fee would come when you actually register for the class.
Which I'll also add is pretty competitive if you were to take private lessons too. It's about the same. It's about the same cost.
Can you put the driver ed contact information or email so that we can reach out to them and start coordinating something? Possible.
If my child took the PSAT and the SAT, would those documents need to be shown?
No, they wouldn't.
For register for enrollment? Is that the question?
For enrollment or registration, that was from Ivan.
For enrollment or registration, if they took the PSAT or SAT, you can share that information with us. We're not going to necessarily request it, but we would like to see it if the student did take the PSAT or SAT already.
I don't see any more questions coming through. Oh, are students still required to have driver's ed completed to graduate?
It is not a requirement anymore for graduation.
And Ms. Hanses did put the email for the driver's ed teacher and for herself in the chat box now if anybody needs it.
You take a picture of it too. Always helpful.
I'm not seeing any more questions. We wore them out.
Right. Well, again, please feel free to email any one of us. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I really appreciate everyone's attendance. Again, this will be posted on our website, so tell anyone that did not attend tonight's event that they will be able to view it. And you, of course, can go back and revisit everything if you were confused or forgot an answer, but we are always available. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Gina, Lisa, and Eric, and everyone else for all the info.